Guys, it's Allie. I have to cover my mouth because I have a surprise, but first, look at my shirt. It says, "Let's conjure Bloody Mary," and it's so freaking cute. I'm obsessed with it, but okay, another thing that I'm obsessed with is... Oh my god. I sound like an old man. I got top braces. I'm gonna have bottom braces, but I have to wait until my top teeth don't bite down on the bottom brackets. But I am so excited. Before I get into this video, I do just want to say that I have a stutter, so if I talk a bit different, that is why. Before I get into all of the nitty-gritty of like my treatment plan and the cost of braces and how I got from where I was until now, I do have to give a little bit of a backstory. I'm not going to try to make it very long. I just want to make sure y'all know where I started versus where I am now. So when I was about, I would say 12 years old, this was way back in 2006, I got braces for the first time as a child, and I had them on for I think a little bit over a year and a half. I think I had like maybe a month over that. I didn't really take care of my teeth, honestly. I was way too young for braces. I honestly feel like I just didn't really care if I ate and then I didn't brush my teeth, or the only time that I was able to clean or to floss my teeth was when I went back to the dentist like every month for my appointments, which that's just disgusting. Like, I should be doing that regularly, and I have been, just so you know. I was just way too young for braces. I didn't really see the impact of having braces. It was just something that I had to do. And I remember I had to get 4 teeth pulled even then when I was younger because I just didn't have enough room in my mouth. So they had to pull 4 teeth, and they put these metal square spacers in the spaces where they just pulled my teeth. So can you imagine that? Just having your fresh little teeth pulled and then metal spacers are just shoved in there. They do it differently now. I don't have spacers or anything, but that was awful. And honestly, I think I blocked out most of that time of my life because I really don't remember the process of having braces as much. So then I get my braces off and I get my retainers, and I think they're called Holly retainers. I'll put a picture here, but that's the type of retainer I had, and those are fucking awful.
Oh my god!
I hate those. It's the ones where, you know, like as you see, they have a metal bar across and it's a mold of your palate. Not a good time. Not a good time. I could not talk, even though I have a stutter. I could not talk with those in. It made my stutter even worse. Do not recommend those types of retainers. If they give you a clear aligner looking retainer, go with that, because that's what I'm gonna have personally. Like, I asked them and they said we only do clear retainers. We can do the retainers that go like on the back inside of your teeth to keep it straight, but we don't recommend those because those can get dirty and they're very hard to maintain, and also people don't realize that they've come off until that tooth starts to move. So they said that your best bet is a clear aligner retainer. So I said, all right, I'd rather have that than the fucking Holly retainer, whatever it's called. Fast forward to 2015, or I think it was maybe 2016 was when I moved in with Garrett, and I really wanted braces again. So I went to this dentist, and I'm still with them over 6 years later. It's crazy, it's been that long. I expressed to him that I wanted braces, and he didn't tell me right away if they did metal braces or if they just did Invisalign, but he did state that before we did any of that, I needed to see the inner workings of my mouth, like if I had any cavities, if I had any buildup that needed to be removed, if I had any extra dental work that I needed done in order to then be okay with getting braces, because they need to make sure your gums are okay. They need to make sure that you don't have any cavities, that you're going to be coming for your regular checkups, things like that. So that's what I did. I went in for the cleaning, I got my x-rays, and then I had 4 cavities, so they had to fill all my cavities, and then I had 4 of my wisdom teeth removed while I was awake. I can do a whole experience video on that. They numbed me up and they gave me Valium for anxiety beforehand, so I was good to go. I just kept going back for the cleanings, and when me and Garrett split up in 2021, or no, yeah, 2021, I'm like, what year is it? I just stopped going to them because in November of 2019, before the panorama, I went to get the cleaning and I got so sick after I had the cleaning. And so I was like, I don't feel comfortable going back for my next one that would have been like in May, because that was right in the middle of a panorama. Oh my God, am I an old man today? Jesus Christ. I canceled my appointment, and then me and Garrett broke up, and then I moved back home with my mom, and then I moved back to where I am now. I got my license, and then the next step was like, hey, I have enough money now. I want to get my braces. I want to fix my teeth. This is what they look like. I've had my top ones on for 2 weeks and a day, and bottom ones are severely crowded. Severely, I understand. My top ones, even without braces, they weren't that bad, but my thing is I have an overbite, and if I look up, you can see this tooth, like these 2 teeth aren't perfectly straight. I don't know if you can even fucking tell that from when I just did that. But yeah, they're not completely straight, and so those have to be realigned. And also, I'm gonna need elastics because I have such a big overbite that they're gonna pull my top jaw back so that it's not rubbing on my bottom teeth, because my bottom teeth kind of hit the roof of my mouth, and so that causes wear on the bottom teeth over time. Not a good situation, just not a good situation. This month, March, it's almost over. We're almost in May or April, but he said, yeah, if you want to go ahead and do braces, you're ready for them, you can do them. I did ask him, like, what do you think is the best option for me? I personally want metal braces, but if you think the same thing can be done with Invisalign, I don't really want Invisalign because I don't trust myself to keep them in for the fucking 20 to 22 hours that they need to be in for. But like, what do you think? And he said, yes, I would recommend you doing metal braces, rubber bands, and he actually recommended me to Haven's Orthodontics. I don't know if I can actually say their name, but I don't really think that's big of a deal. There's so many orthodontic places, and there's multiple Haven's Orthodontics. I have a really cute goodie bag I'll go through. He said that Invisalign just wouldn't give me aesthetically what I needed, and Invisalign wasn't strong enough to pull my roots into place where they needed to be. If you have like mild crowding, that's fine, but for my case, for extreme crowding, they don't really want to mess with that with Invisalign, because he said he could do it, but he's very honest, and has like my best interest at heart, and so he says, like, yes, I want you to go to an actual orthodontist. Because that was another thing. When I was younger, my dentist wasn't, at least from what I remember, they were just a dentist office that did orthodontics. It wasn't like I was talking with an orthodontist. I was talking with a dentist that did orthodontics. And most of the time you want a orthodontist because they specialize in braces different than a dentist would. They have like extra years of schooling. I don't know. So I made my appointment for a consultation, and then I went, and I have some videos of the inside of the office. I don't really know if I can post them. I don't really see the problem in posting them. I might just post them because it's really cute. Their office was so adorable, and I went in and I talked to one of the nurses. Well, not nurses, but I don't really know what they would be called. So she took all my pictures, and it was really awkward because I didn't think I was going to be doing much that day. So I just went in with my hair in braids and a hat because my hair was really greasy. And of course they just had to take pictures right then and there of my gross hat head. I was like, all right, whatever, we'll deal with it. And then the orthodontist was able to look over my treatment and decide what would be the best for me. And so he did say that, of course, I would need rubber bands, and I have an overbite, and we would need to use rubber bands to pull my top jaw back so it's not rubbing on my bottom teeth. And I did ask them if I would need a palate expander because I have such a narrow jaw. I feel like the inside is very narrow, and I thought that they would maybe have to space it out, but he said that they don't do that for adults anymore. And if you don't know what a palate expander is, I'll put up a little video here. It's honestly so scary, and I've only heard horror stories about palate expanders. Basically, it's just a device that's in your palate, and they use a key to crank it open so that when they crank it open, it's spreading your jaw apart. The nurse or whoever was telling me that if I were to need to do that, they would have to go in and they would have to cut my jaw and move it in places, and something about screws. And I was like, oh God, no. Oh God, no. He said that I would have my braces on again for 18 months, maybe a little bit more depending on what happens during my treatment, you know. So we said probably 18 to 20, maybe 22 months, but I'm just gonna say 18 to 24 months. So 1.5 to 2 years, because I don't want to get my hopes up, you know. But I'm very proud to say that I've been doing very well with my cleaning, and I've been making sure that my teeth are good. I brush after every meal, and I do my little flossing like a good girl every night. And that's crazy in of itself, because when I used to do it before, my gums would bleed and it would just hurt. And now that I've been doing it regularly, like you're supposed to, Allie, my gums don't bleed and it doesn't hurt. And I'm like, wow, crazy. But it is crazy to see how easy it is to do it. You know, once your teeth start to move, you get some different spacing where you didn't have spaces before, and you can actually get in there and make sure all the plaque is taken care of and whatever. So the nurse lady was like, when do you want to get started? And I was like, oh, ASAP, whenever you have available. And so she said, we have an opening right now if you want to get your braces on. And I said, what? She goes, yeah, we had a cancellation, and if you want to get yours on right now, you can, only the top ones. And I said, let's do it. I felt kind of bad though, because Garrett was waiting in the car, because even though I drive, this is a new place, and I didn't feel comfortable driving there. So he drove me, and I'm like, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait a little bit. More like 2 hours, but let's go over. Isn't this so cute? Oh, I love it. Let me just pull out my little handy dandy payment here. here is a breakdown of my costs, and I will just show you this right off the bat. My treatment plan was estimated for 18 months. And so for my total orthodontic fee, it would have been $6,150. And that is my responsibility to pay all of that, of course, because I don't have any insurance. So, but if I paid it in full, I would get a small discount of like, only 3%, but whatever, it's still a discount. It would remove $184.50. So I would have to owe $5,965.50. Or there's another option to do an initial $590 down due at the first appointment, and then I could make my balance for 20 months. I could pay $278 for those 20 months, and it would be due on the first of every month. Or they have this other thing, it's like an in-house credit, but I didn't do that. I am proud of myself to say that I went ahead and I paid the full $5,965 because I had been saving for the past like 8 years for these braces, because this is something I knew that I wanted. And I can trick myself into being like, no, I don't need it, you know, my teeth are fine, it's just my bottom teeth, blah blah blah. But no, like, it's not fine, because when I go in for cleanings, my bottom teeth especially get so much buildup because there's so much crowding. And then I was given this cute bag. I was given a little toothbrush. I still haven't used it because I don't like manual toothbrushes. I like electric. So that's what I've been using. And they gave me a little appointment card for next time. They gave me some toothpaste, which I hate Crest. Sensodyne is where it's at. Because if you do have little sensitive gums like I do, then you need that. Oh, this is where it went. I was looking for this one. I have another version, but this is very small. Like, this tip is very skinny versus this one. This one is what I was looking for because I realized these ones are so skinny. But I mean, it's good for like really, really tiny, tight spaces. So yes, I bought more of these, but they gave me this. Ooh, some more floss. I didn't even use this, but this is mouth rinse for when your teeth are sore, or like your just mouth is sore in general. I never really had a problem with like getting any issues with like my gums or like no cuts or anything. So, and then I bought myself a travel little toothbrush, but again, I don't like manual because I can tell a difference from when I use my electric. I was given wax, but again, I never needed, you know, to really use it. So when it says Haven's Orthodontics on it, it's really cute. And then of course, you know, I've just gone out and bought some more things for myself. More floss. Ooh, well, that's interesting that that came out with it, because I was going to talk about this next. They also gave me these, but they're these little things where you put the floss into here, and then you put this through your racket, and then you pull you pull the little floss through. And if you drop these, you will fucking lose them. But yeah, I bought more of these as well for myself. I also bought a water pick because that was necessity as well. And I carry this little baggie with me. I put my little toothbrush in here and I take it to work because I need to make sure that I'm doing things right this time around, especially because I am paying for my braces, basically $6,000 out of my pocket for braces. I'm gonna make sure I am doing it right this time. Even Garrett told me he's very proud of me for how I've kept up with my oral routine. This is my teethies. This tooth right here, that's like one of my problem teeth. I feel like it's gonna take a while for that bad boy to move. Also, I have this little space right here. I don't really know if that can be closed, but if it can be, that'd be awesome. I'm just mainly worried about obviously my bite, and my crowding is awful. I just cannot believe that here I am, like over 6 years later. Oh, also I forgot, I got tropical smoothie, so I'm gonna drink it. I just cannot believe that here I am, because I've made a couple of videos in the past that are now private because I just don't like them, of me talking about getting braces and how is it gonna affect my stutter. I can say that it has affected my stutter, but the more I'm talking, the more I'm getting used to it. Like when I first got my braces on, I had like a harder time talking, and I had a harder time getting my top lip used to being over the braces. Like it kept getting stuck like right there. But I've had them on for already a couple weeks, and it's been a lot better, you know? I'm getting used to them. So I did go out and buy a bunch of mac and cheese, mashed potatoes, rice, yogurt, small things to eat when my teeth were hurting, and it changes every day. Like there's some days where my teeth don't hurt, there's other days where one tooth hurts, like for some reason this tooth and this tooth are a little bit sensitive, is what it is. I'm just so excited, and I can't wait to get my bottom braces on. That's when I'll really be super, super excited. And I can't wait to wear rubber bands. I know that sounds so stupid, but I am excited for rubber bands because I never got to wear them when I was a kid, and I always remember my classmates having elastics, and I just remember they were so cool. But depending on how bad they hurt, I'm probably gonna retract that statement in like 6 months time. But I will do little updates here or there. I don't think I'll do every month because I know that it's not gonna change a whole lot as far as what they need to do. So this upcoming appointment, they're gonna change my wire. They might be able to put on the bottom braces, but they told me to be prepared to have your bottom braces be put on not this next appointment but the appointment after, just because they really have to fix my top jaw, get my top jaw spaced out a little bit more for my bottom braces. So yeah, and then I'll update you of course when I get my bottom braces on, and then my elastics, and just kind of check in here and there, tell you how I'm doing. But so far so good. The first week was very tender. This next week hasn't been that bad, but it's a journey. It sure is. It's already a journey. I love how I look with braces, and I think it makes me feel more confident having braces on. Also, I chose navy blue for my bands. Darker colors are supposed to make your teeth appear whiter, and lighter colors make your teeth appear dirty. So I don't want that. So I'll probably just stick with navy blue or black, because those are my two favorite colors. Well, not my favorite colors, but I love black and I like this navy blue. Thank you guys so much for coming to this video. I know it was long, but I just had to explain everything. The more and more I talk, the more and more I do notice a slight difference in my speech. I've just been having a tougher time with my speech in general. I'm trying not to focus on it, but the braces aren't really hindering that. I think the thing that I'm worried about is my retainer, but the more and more I talk with my retainer, I think it'll be fine. I will update you along the way. Thank you so much for coming to my TED Talk about my braces. Ugh. That's one thing I do notice is I'm drooling all over the place, and my lips are dry all the time, so I have to wear chapstick and stuff all the time. But ooh, it's such a bad thing to have shiny lips. Ooh. But okay, I will talk to you guys later, and yeah, okay. Bye.